Could it be that the praise you receive feels a little off, like a beautiful flower with a hidden thorn? Or perhaps you've noticed someone's enthusiasm for your misfortunes seems a touch too keen. In a world where genuine connection often feels like a rare commodity, distinguishing sincere support from veiled malice can be an elusive art. Fortunately, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism offers a powerful lens through which to perceive these subtle yet significant social dynamics, equipping you with the discernment to cultivate relationships built on authenticity and trust. The journey of navigating human interactions can often feel like traversing a bustling marketplace, filled with both genuine merchants and those offering counterfeit goods. Understanding the nuanced expressions of envy and falsehood is crucial for fostering healthier, more fulfilling connections. As Epictetus, a foundational Stoic figure, sagely observed, "It is not what happens to you that upsets you, but your judgment of what happens." By refining our judgment and recognizing the subtle indicators of insincerity, we can safeguard our emotional well-being and embrace a life of greater tranquility. This exploration will delve into 13 potent Stoic concepts designed to empower you in discerning jealousy and deceit with unwavering clarity. We will uncover how to differentiate authentic praise from disguised insults, identify individuals who propagate untruths, and ultimately fortify your emotional resilience, developing a keener sense of authenticity in all your relationships. The barbed compliment, a seemingly innocuous utterance, stands as a prime example of veiled hostility. Stoicism, a philosophical school that champions reason, virtue, and transparent communication, places immense value on open and honest language. Seneca, a renowned Roman Stoic, articulated that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. Yet within the intricate tapestry of social interactions, we frequently encounter remarks that, while appearing complimentary, harbor a concealed undercurrent of negativity. Envious individuals often employ a tactic akin to the Socratic sting, delivering comments that initially seem pleasant, but are upon closer inspection designed to subtly diminish another's achievements. Imagine a colleague congratulating you on a significant promotion with a comment like, "That promotion was lucky, but you'll do great." While ostensibly celebratory, this remark subtly undermines your accomplishment, implying it was a stroke of good fortune rather than a testament to your hard work and abilities. Unlike genuine expressions of appreciation, these backhanded compliments leave a lingering sense of discomfort. According to Stoic philosophy, authentic praise is specific, unreservedly congratulating your achievements and fostering a sense of pride and confidence. It is uplifting and inspiring. To cultivate robust relationships, the capacity to differentiate between genuine compliments and hidden criticisms is paramount. By drawing upon Stoic wisdom and sharpening our observational skills, we can learn to discern the subtle signs that reveal the true intent behind someone's words. Does the individual's demeanor align with their praise? Does the compliment feel genuinely heartfelt or empty and generic? By approaching social interactions with these questions and employing Stoic reason, we can navigate the social landscape with enhanced judgment and protect ourselves from those who may mask jealousy with a facade of friendliness. Selective support represents another significant indicator of underlying envy or insincerity. Stoic philosophy places a high premium on consistency and unwavering support in interpersonal relationships. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic thinker and Roman emperor, underscored the importance of acting for the common good, which inherently includes nurturing healthy and supportive relationships. In the Stoic ideal, genuine friends are a continuous source of encouragement, celebrating your accomplishments, no matter how grand or modest. They offer steadfast support during challenging times and genuinely rejoice in your victories. However, the complexities of human connection sometimes reveal individuals who offer selective support, their allegiance shifting with the winds of circumstance. These individuals, often driven by jealousy, may enthusiastically celebrate your achievements if those successes elevate their own standing or reflect favorably upon them. Conversely, when you face difficulties, they may conspicuously withdraw or minimize your struggles. Their assistance hinges on maintaining a specific image or social dynamic rather than a genuine commitment to your well-being. Consider a friend who expresses immense joy over your promotion, particularly if it comes with a pay raise or increased status, but then becomes curiously aloof when you confide in them about the demanding aspects of the job or the long hours. This selective support stands in stark contrast to the unwavering loyalty advocated by Stoicism. True friends, much like the Stoics who valued virtue and integrity, offer support not for personal gain or social posturing, but out of sincere concern for your welfare. By recognizing the characteristics of selective support, we can cultivate healthier and more gratifying relationships. The Stoic emphasis on reason allows us to identify patterns in our interactions. Does a friend's enthusiasm for you fluctuate depending on your circumstances? Are they present to celebrate your successes, but absent during your trials? By exercising Stoic judgment, we can identify those individuals who embody the true essence of friendship, offering unflinching support and fostering a sense of security and trust within our social networks. The body betrays what the tongue conceals, offering nonverbal cues that can effectively reveal hidden emotions, particularly when they contradict spoken words. Epictetus, a proponent of self-awareness and a foundational figure in Stoicism, taught that the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I control. While we cannot directly control the behaviors or feelings of others, the Stoics emphasize the importance of self-awareness and the ability to interpret nonverbal signals. Imagine someone congratulating you on a recent achievement. Despite their verbal expressions of enthusiasm, their lips may be tightly pressed, their posture rigid, and their handshake weak or brief, lacking the warmth their words imply. This incongruence between verbal and nonverbal communication serves as a powerful warning sign, a subtle betrayal indicating underlying feelings that may not be entirely favorable. For instance, even if someone vocally expresses congratulations, their body language might subtly convey envy. The Stoics strongly emphasized reason and evaluation, encouraging us to focus on the factors within our control. While we cannot influence the concealed feelings or intentions of another individual, we can influence our own emotions and perceptions. If we perceive an incongruence between their words and body language, we can approach the situation with a healthy dose of skepticism and avoid taking their compliments at face value. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate our observational skills and enhance our emotional intelligence. By paying close attention to nonverbal signs and learning to interpret them within the context of the situation, we can gain significant insights into the fundamental nature of interactions. This discernment enables us to manage social interactions with a higher awareness, recognizing potential jealousy or dishonesty that might otherwise go unnoticed. The poisons of comparison, a corrosive mixture frequently churned up by jealousy, represent a significant threat to genuine connection. Stoic philosophy strongly emphasizes the importance of accepting events beyond our control and cultivating a sense of inner happiness. Seneca cautioned, "We are more bothered by fantasy than by reality. We are astounded by reality." This advice is particularly relevant when considering the damaging effects of comparison. Jealousy can compel individuals to constantly compare themselves to others, superficially, praise their triumphs only to later discount them, or resort to self-aggrandizement by inflating their own accomplishments. Imagine a close friend who initially expresses joy over an honor you've received. However, their subsequent conversations are punctuated with veiled jabs at the value of the award or references to their own comparable yet subtly exaggerated achievements. This pattern exemplifies the poisons of comparison, a relentless pursuit of external validation that ultimately undermines your sense of accomplishment and the potential for meaningful connections. According to Stoic philosophy, true friends can genuinely rejoice in each other's achievements without experiencing feelings of inferiority. They understand that each individual's path is unique and that accomplishments, whether great or small, deserve recognition and appreciation. By cultivating Stoic contentment, focusing on the present moment and the effort we invest in our pursuits, we can find fulfillment in our own growth and development. This inner serenity serves as a potent antidote to the poisons wrought by comparison. When we celebrate our own journeys and the experiences of others, we foster a sense of camaraderie and shared accomplishment, replacing feelings of jealousy with emotions of genuine support. Stoics believe that genuine pleasure stems from within achieved by aligning our actions with virtue and living a purposeful life. By concentrating on the factors within our control, so our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we become less susceptible to the manipulative strategies of those who seek to undermine our accomplishments through comparison. Instead, we cultivate a sense of self-worth that enables us to genuinely rejoice in the achievements of others without succumbing to feelings of inferiority or envy. The practice of Stoicism empowers us to construct more robust and significant connections founded on mutual respect and admiration. The seeds of discord are often sown by individuals who find gratification in spreading rumors or negativity. Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in reason, virtue, and emotional perseverance, offers profound guidance for navigating the complexities of human relationships. A fundamental principle of Stoicism is the duality of control, which reminds us to differentiate between things within our control and those outside of it. Epictetus emphasizes this notion, stating, "Freedom is the power to choose." We find this freedom in the ability to choose how we respond to the reality around us, not in trying to control the actions or words of others. Those who enjoy spreading rumors or negativity frequently struggle with underlying insecurity or jealousy. Their preoccupation with negativity, often stemming from these deeper feelings, can be a devastating factor in relationships. They may attempt to isolate you by disseminating rumors or highlighting perceived imperfections, thereby creating division and undermining trust within your social circles. Such individuals are unlikely to offer genuine support as they prioritize fostering negative relationships over nurturing positive ones. The Stoics recommended surrounding ourselves with uplifting and inspiring individuals who celebrate our accomplishments and provide support during difficult times. By cultivating connections with people who embody virtuous attributes, we establish supportive and uplifting environments. Directing our attention to the suitable components within our control, our thoughts, words, and actions enhances our ability to manage adverse situations with greater resilience. Consider a scenario where someone spreads rumors about a mutual friend. Based on the Stoic notion of the duality of control, it is essential to recognize that this is an attempt to establish discord. While we cannot influence the behavior of the individual spreading stories, we can determine how we will react to them. A Stoic attitude would entail respectfully declining to participate in the negative discourse and shifting the focus of the discussion to something more positive. By consciously choosing to abstain from gossiping, we safeguard our emotional well-being and prevent ourselves from contributing to the propagation of negativity. Stoic philosophy, in its most fundamental form, provides us with the means to build a more uplifting and serene atmosphere. By focusing on cultivating positive connections, making the conscious decision not to participate in negativity, and directing our attention toward aspects within our control, we empower ourselves to navigate the challenges of interpersonal relationships and develop a social circle that supports our growth and well-being. The siren song of flattery, while initially alluring, can lead us down a path of manipulation. Reason and discernment are fundamental to Stoic philosophy, enabling us to successfully navigate the intricacies of everyday social relationships. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not waste more time fighting over what a decent man should be. Be one." While compliments can be a lovely affirmation, excessive flattery, like a siren's tempting call, can steer us toward potential manipulation. Cultivating Stoic judgment is the necessary step to successfully navigate this social hurdle. Take, for example, a new colleague who lavishes you with gushing praise on your work to the point where their remarks appear exaggerated. They might extol your brilliance, referring to you as a genius or a prodigy, without acknowledging the specifics of your achievements or the effort involved. This excessive flattery can serve as a warning sign from those with hidden agendas. They aim to win your trust or exploit your kindness. Genuine compliments, as envisioned by the Stoics, are specific and commend your most admirable qualities. An authentic compliment might highlight a particular skill demonstrated in your work or appreciate the attention and effort you invested in a project. The genuine and uplifting nature of these comments fosters a sense of pride and success in the recipient. To distinguish between genuine praise and manipulative flattery, one must apply Stoic reason. Is this compliment unique and authentic, or general and exaggerated? Does the person praising me appear to have a hidden goal, or are they genuinely interested in the work I have done? By utilizing our rational faculties and carefully observing the other individual's actions, we can peel back the layers of flattery and discover the genuine intention beneath their words. Living a good life and acting with integrity were essential tenets of Stoic philosophy, and this applies to how we connect with others. By implementing these concepts and honing our discernment skills, we can avoid succumbing to the allure of flattery. We learn to recognize deceptive strategies for what they are, while also appreciating genuine praise, thereby building stronger and more meaningful relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect. Diminishing your light is a subtle yet highly devastating tactic employed by envious individuals. Stoic philosophy places strong emphasis on acknowledging and appreciating one's intrinsic value. Epictetus is credited with saying, "It is not that we have a short time to live, rather, it is that we waste a lot of it." Life provides ample time and sufficient money for our most significant accomplishments, as long as we invest beneficially. This firm conviction in one's values provides a shield against those who would try to minimize your achievements. In relationships, envy can drive individuals to employ tactics that reduce your pleasure and satisfaction in your accomplishments. They may mitigate your achievements by attributing them to chance, external influence, or simply being at the right place at the right time. These sneaky attempts to dull your light can make you question your capabilities and the value of your efforts. What would it be like to celebrate a promotion with someone you consider a friend, only to have them maintain a cynical attitude throughout the celebration? You might hear them say, "Wow, that promotion came out of nowhere. You are fortunate." Despite its apparent lack of significance, this phrase subconsciously diminishes your effort to achieve success. The Stoics, on the other hand, advise us to embrace our achievements and acknowledge the path that led us to that point. According to Stoicism, true friends support you by being by your side and celebrating your successes. Not only do they acknowledge the effort and commitment that went into your accomplishments, but they also provide genuine appreciation without any reservations. Their encouragement instills an incredible sense of achievement and strengthens your confidence in your talents. You will be more effective at recognizing attempts to reduce your light if you are more aware of your inherent value and the work you put into pursuing your goals. Stoicism's strong focus on self-awareness allows you to notice these strategies and differentiate between honest feedback and disguised jealousy. It is essential to keep in mind that your accomplishments are a reflection of your commitment and endurance. Ensure no one can take away the pride you have earned through your achievements. Stoic philosophy provides the necessary resources to cultivate a healthy sense of self-worth. If you acknowledge the worth that is already inside you and appreciate the path you have traveled, you can develop an inner strength unaffected by other people's negativity. You can navigate relationships with better judgment and develop a natural support network that celebrates your potential. Broken promises and shifting sands characterize individuals who lack consistency and trustworthiness. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes living a virtuous life and conducting oneself honestly. Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The whole future lies in uncertainty, live immediately." This fundamental concept extends to interpersonal interactions where consistency and trustworthiness are vital for developing solid and long-lasting ties. Individuals who routinely fail to fulfill their commitments or provide feeble justifications for their inappropriate actions might be compared to shifting sands, constituting an untrustworthy basis for constructing a significant connection. Consider a friend who frequently cancels plans at the last minute, offering weak or meaningless justifications. This consistent pattern of unreliability can be a warning sign, as it shows a lack of respect for your time and feelings. The Stoics believe that one should live one's life with integrity, meaning one's conduct should be consistent with one's words. If someone frequently fails to keep their obligations, they are indicating a mismatch between their actions and their pledges. One of the most important things you can do to cultivate good relationships is to surround yourself with trustworthy and accountable people. Stoicism held that true friends would show their devotion to one another through their actions. They are reliable sources of assistance because they maintain their commitments, show up when they say they will, and keep their promises. Because of their honesty, the connection is characterized by trust and security, enabling you to rely on them and have faith in what they say. To successfully navigate social dynamics, it is essential to possess the capacity to differentiate between actual reliability and hollow promises. The Stoic philosophy encourages us to notice the patterns in our interactions. Is your friend regularly failing to show up for plans? Do you find their justifications to be insincere or self-serving? Through the use of Stoic reason and judgment, we can recognize those who exemplify the characteristics of integrity and trustworthiness. These people are responsible for establishing solid and trustworthy relationships, which in turn helps cultivate a sense of stability and security within our social circles. Remembering that the future is not knowable, our actions in the here and now can mold our connections. Because we have consciously decided to surround ourselves with people who exhibit Stoic integrity, we have established a foundation of trust and dependability. As a result, we are more equipped to handle the complexity of social situations and create sincere bonds that will last a lifetime. The needy heart, perpetually seeking affirmation, often struggles with underlying self-esteem issues. Stoicism is a philosophical school that strongly emphasizes cultivating emotional independence and self-reliance. Seneca, one of the most influential Roman Stoics, is credited with saying, "How much more grievous are the things we fear than those we suffer." This knowledge is pertinent when considering the intricacies of relationships and the possible perils of emotional reliance. It is common for people who continuously look for affirmation from others to struggle with underlying difficulties related to their self-esteem. Because of their susceptibility, they are highly prone to manipulation by others who take advantage of their desire for acceptance. Consider the presence of a member of your social circle who needs continuous reassurance and praise. Their pleasure appears to depend upon other people's opinions, and in order to develop a favorable image, they may resort to lying or even covert manipulation. This unquenchable need for approval can be emotionally taxing, ultimately resulting in a feeling of inauthenticity within the relationship. Authentic friends, as envisioned by the Stoics, value your genuineness and rejoice in your uniqueness. They acknowledge your innate value and appreciate the distinctive viewpoint you bring, which helps cultivate acceptance and safety. You will become less receptive to the manipulative strategies employed by people who are always seeking approval if you work on developing your emotional independence and sense of self-worth. Stoicism strongly focuses on self-awareness, allowing you to recognize your emotional requirements. Do you find that you are always looking for validation from other people? To what extent do other people's views influence your self-worth? By recognizing these patterns, you may develop inner strength and self-reliance. Stoicism teaches us that all happiness comes from within, and we can achieve it by living a life of virtue and guiding our actions by our core beliefs. Focusing on our personal growth and development can reduce our dependence on external validation for our sense of self-worth. This emotional autonomy enables us to navigate relationships with more judgment and construct partnerships founded on genuine admiration and mutual respect. Remember that we often possess the inner strength to weather life's storms. Studying Stoic philosophy will equip you with the necessary tools to cultivate emotional resilience and self-reliance. Cultivating your inner strength and embracing your individuality will make you less susceptible to manipulation and enable you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and authenticity. The whispers of intuition, also known as gut feelings, are recognized by Stoicism as significant tools for navigating the complexities of social life, even while emphasizing reason. Epictetus famously said, "The greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it." This remark emphasizes the significance of setting lofty objectives for ourselves and being aware of circumstances that may not benefit us. When it comes to the process of discernment, intuition, a subtle inner push, can be a significant tool. Try to picture yourself meeting a new person who lavishes you with compliments, yet still manages to leave you feeling uneasy. Even though their words may be encouraging, a persistent nagging sense remains a subconscious understanding of a possible mismatch. If you choose to disregard this intuition, you may end up missing crucial warning signs. As a means of arriving at well-informed choices, the Stoics advocated using both reason and intuition. It is possible to make well-considered decisions about the individuals you choose to devote your time and energy to if you apply Stoic reasoning and put your faith in your instincts. Recognize your intuition first and foremost. You need to acknowledge your intuition when dealing with someone. Paying attention to the early gut emotions you get is essential. Have you ever felt anxious or guarded because of their presence? Investigating uneasiness is necessary, even though it doesn't always indicate pending danger. Put your reasoning to use. Don't ignore your intuition completely. Instead, use your Stoic capacity to reason and objectively analyze the circumstances. Do you find that specific actions or phrases bring on feelings of discomfort at certain times? Please take note of their behaviors and how they correspond with the statements they make. Is there a pattern of inconsistency that might explain the feeling you get in your gut? Ask questions to acquire clarity. An uncomplicated chat might often be the key to gaining insight. Ask them questions and pay attention to how they respond when addressing your issues. Sincere people will be pleased to do so. The Stoics were firm believers in open and honest communication. If their answers seem mysterious or manipulative to you, it may strengthen your initial suspicion. By relying on intuition and using Stoic reasoning, you can develop a powerful type of discernment. You can manage social dynamics with higher awareness and spot possible concerns your conscious mind may first ignore. Essential intuition is a compass that may lead you to healthy and rewarding relationships. Stoic reason is the map that will help you navigate social interaction difficulties. You can use both elements to establish a solid foundation for trust and honesty in your relationships. Sharing wisdom wisely is a virtue emphasized by Stoic philosophy, which also stresses the power of clear communication. Seneca warns, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This wisdom highlights the significance of discretion when selecting the people with whom we share our thoughts and weaknesses. When we communicate without caution, we expose ourselves to the risk of manipulation, even with confident people. Imagine yourself going through a difficult time in your personal life and confiding in someone who appears to be helpful. After some time has passed, however, you recognize that they have been spreading rumors about your circumstances, exaggerating the specifics, or even exploiting your vulnerability against you. This example highlights the significance of Stoic discretion, which is the capacity to choose what knowledge we share and with whom we share it. If you practice Stoic caution, you can defend yourself against people who may take advantage of your trust for their benefit, or from those who battle with jealousy. If you share sensitive information with others who display evidence of dishonesty or jealousy, you may feel exposed and your reputation may suffer. The Stoics believed that genuine connections and righteous actions could foster trust. Genuine friends, according to Stoicism's conception, are those who gain your confidence through their deeds and provide support without passing judgment. There are several ways to develop Stoic restraint in your speech. Be aware of your audience. Before divulging private information, consider the person you provided to in the past. Have they shown that they are trustworthy and that they have empathy? Has there been a history of rumors or betrayals in the relationship? By allowing you to weigh options, Stoic reasoning enables you to evaluate the possible dangers and advantages of disclosing sensitive information. Pay attention to the things you have control over. Remember that you only control the words and acts you choose to use. It is not within your power to influence how other people respond to the knowledge you provide or how they decide to use it. When you use discretion, you reduce the likelihood of unfavorable outcomes brought about by circumstances beyond your control. Clarity in communication. When you do decide to reveal anything personal, make sure to articulate yourself in a way that is both clear and easy to understand. Be cautious not to divulge any additional details that could lead to misunderstandings or turn against you. The Stoics placed high value on clear communication, which applies to both the content of your message and the setting in which you deliver it. Stoicism equips you with the skills to handle social situations with more discernment. With prudence and careful selection of confidants, you can shield yourself from unfavorable influences and cultivate trust with people who have demonstrated that they deserve it. Remember, genuine connection are based on honesty and sharing vulnerability. However, by exercising discernment, you can share your vulnerability with those who will value it rather than exploit it. Because of this, you can construct more robust and significant connections founded on proper support and mutual respect. Boundaries are essential for protecting one's well-being, a concept strongly emphasized in Stoic philosophy, which highlights reason, virtue, and emotional resilience. Epictetus reminds us that happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one thing. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Only when we finally come to terms with this reality will we be able to start finding peace. This fundamental concept directly applies to social interactions, enabling us to establish boundaries that safeguard our emotional energy and build better relationships. It's possible that interactions with a friend who consistently engages in harmful or manipulative behavior continuously drain you. Their pessimism might be a persistent undercurrent in their conversations, or they may subtly urge you into uncomfortable situations. While the Stoics believed in emotional resilience, this does not mean one should sacrifice one's well-being to deal with adverse conditions. By setting boundaries, you can create some distance between yourself and others who are exhausting or manipulative. Avoid those who constantly undermine your emotional security or bring you down. It is acceptable to limit your relationships with them. Create a social group that encourages and supports you rather than isolating yourself from the rest of the world. This is not about separating yourself from the world. Setting limits helps you handle complicated relationships without endangering your safety or well-being, just as the Stoics did when they learned to be emotionally strong in the face of adversity. When it comes to creating boundaries, the following are some ways to put Stoic ideals into practice. Recognize your requirements. The first thing you should do is recognize your requirements and deal breakers in relationships. In what ways do your habits sap your energy? How would you describe the type of treatment that you do not accept? A solid grasp of your demands will allow you to communicate your limits effectively. Maintain a respectful and clear communication style when setting limits. It is essential to ensure that your communication is clear, forceful, and courteous. Please explain how you feel when specific behaviors occur and what changes you anticipate within the partnership. The Stoics placed high importance on open and honest communication, and this idea also applies to the process of setting limits. Continue to remain determined. The process of establishing boundaries is ongoing. Opposition or manipulation may force you to revert to your previous routines. The Stoics strongly emphasize the significance of preserving one's determination and keeping one's core beliefs constant. In situations that violate your limits, you should not be scared to say no or to walk away from the scenario. Create an environment conducive to healthy relationships by establishing boundaries and prioritizing your emotional well-being. By cultivating a feeling of inner strength and equipping you with the tools necessary to manage social encounters with more judgment, the Stoic philosophy can help you develop better social skills. It would be best to remember that limits are not walls that separate you from others. Instead, they are the Stoic shield that safeguards your well-being and enables you to form more profound and meaningful connections. Cultivating the garden of your social circle aligns with the Stoic emphasis on leading a virtuous life that significantly contributes to the greater good. Marcus Aurelius advises us, do not waste more time fighting over what a decent man should be. Be one. This fundamental concept applies to social relationships, imploring us to establish genuine ties that benefit ourselves and others in our immediate environment. As a gardener tends to a flourishing place, we can construct a social environment that encourages personal development and a sense of accomplishment. Picture yourself in a social circle of people who motivate you to be the best version of yourself. During times of difficulty, they are there to support and celebrate your triumphs, and they exemplify the beautiful traits you respect. According to Stoic philosophy, people's ties with one another are the most effective barrier against the corrosive consequences of jealousy and lies. When you surround yourself with negative people, it may be a continual drain on your energy, while having a supportive social group can be a source of reinforcement and inspiration. By devoting our time and effort to cultivating genuine connections, we create an environment conducive to our personal development. According to Stoicism's conception, true friends serve as mirrors that reflect our strengths and provide constructive feedback when required. They encourage us to become better versions of ourselves while simultaneously honoring the specific paths that each of us has taken. This perfectly matches the Stoic ideal of leading a life of virtue, constantly becoming better and aiming for the highest possible achievement when it comes to growing your social garden. The Stoic precepts can help lead you in several ways. Authenticity is the cornerstone of genuine connection. Hence, it is essential to plant the seeds of authenticity. Be honest with yourself, your beliefs, and the things that fascinate you. The Stoics believed that living a virtuous life encouraged others to do the same, and this genuineness draws in those who share your values. Relationships require kindness and respect, as a garden requires care and attention. Be courteous, respectful, and empathic toward the people in your immediate environment. The Stoics, who strongly emphasized emotional intelligence, encouraged us to comprehend and consider the viewpoints of others. Celebrating diversity is critical because a thriving garden requires as many plant species. Similarly, incorporating a wide range of viewpoints and experiences is beneficial to developing a rich social circle. The Stoics believed that one should live a life that contributes to the common good, and that this involves appreciating the numerous ways in which people might interact. By cultivating genuine connections and surrounding yourself with positive influences, you can create a social environment that promotes your development and the growth and well-being of others in your immediate vicinity. Stoicism provides the necessary skills to build a sense of purpose and fulfillment within your social connections. It is essential to remember that a garden bursting with life is beautiful and filled with abundance, providing a steady harvest of support, inspiration, and shared joy. You may build a flourishing social environment that perfectly aligns with the Stoic goal of living a virtuous life by creating authentic connections with other people. It is essential to remember that identifying jealousy and deception in others allows you to make well-informed decisions in your relationships. By gaining awareness of these warning signs and drawing upon the wisdom of Stoicism, you can build more healthy and rewarding relationships, cultivating a life characterized by virtue, inner strength, and tranquility.